Hello everyone, this is Venkatesh Panyam, your physics dude. In my previous video, I explained 15 problems which are based on the basic concepts of calorimetry. In this class, I am going to explain another 15 problems which are little bit challenging and requires more concepts of calorimetry. Yeah, before I start explaining those problems, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support my channel. If you really like my content, do not forget to share with your friends. And for more updates, please click the bell icon. Let me explain these problems today. Look at the question number 16. A substance is in the solid state from 0 degrees centigrade. The amount of heat added to this substance and its temperature are plotted in the following graph. If the relative specific heat of the capacitor of the solid is 0.5, so that means this will be in calorie per gram. Find from the graph the following. The first thing we need to find out the mass. So here, if you look at this is dq and this is dt, temperature. We all know that specific heat is 1 by m up into dq upon dt. I need to find out mass. So 1 by c is 0.5 into dq. Suppose you look at 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is only 800 calories. Upon the change of temperature, this is 80. So this will go by 10 times. And this is 20 grams because I'm taking calorie per gram. But it's asking kilograms. So 0.02 kilograms. The first option, if you look at options, maybe D or A may be the answer. Let us not finalize it now before we calculate the other values. So the first answer is this. This is for the answer. Now let's move on to the second part. The specific latent heat of the melting. So here it starts melting. This is the specific heat of melting. So let's take Q is equal to ml. So here again 1, 2, 3, 4. So 800 calories of energy supplied. Mass just now we got 0.02 and I want to find out L. So L is equal to 800 by 0.02, nothing but 40,000. 40,000 because I am taking mass in kilogram, heat in calories. I didn't convert calories. So I get 40,000 calorie per kg. So here units are very important. So if you look at the options, yes. So here 0.02 kg 40. So A has to be the answer. Without solving the third part, you can still keep the answer. Why? Because two answers are correct. So this has to be the last answer, the specific heat of substance. Let's again find out that also. The third answer. So here this is the specific heat of what you call as liquid state. So again, let's find out the slope of this. The same way, specific heat is equal to 1 by m into dq upon dt. So 1 by m is 0.02. During that part 1, 2, 3, so 600 calories. So here 600 by, and the change of temperature for this part is 120 minus 80 is 40. So this will be 750 calorie per kg per degree centigrade. So clearly, this is the right answer. So option number A is the correct option. So it's very simple problem graph. So you need to be careful to take these readings on what you call it as each interval is equal to 200 calories, because up to this is 1000 calories, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each interval is 200 calories. This is very important point in this problem. So simply use that and you can understand. So here it is change of solid to liquid. I mean, the change of temperature solid. This is the melting point. Then the change of temperature liquid there. That's what we discussed. Now let's move on to problem number 17. In an industrial process, 10 kg of water is to be heated per hour from 20 degrees centigrade to 80 degrees centigrade. So let us take water here. So we need to heat 10 kg of water. This is 10 kg of water, and the temperature should range from 0 to 80 degrees centigrade. Now, to do this, steam at 150 is passed from a boiler into a copper coil immersed in water. So there is a boiler here and there is a coil here. And through this, steam is passed. At what temperature it is passed? At 150 degrees centigrade. And the steam condenses in the coil and is returned to the boiler as water. So again, remember, here we get water. This again connected to this again back. So what is the temperature by the time it comes out? 0 degrees centigrade, 90 degrees centigrade. How many kilograms of steam, so we don't know mass of steam, are required per hour? Specific heat from steam is equal to 1 kilogram is given. Latent heat of steam is also given. So here we'll find out first 150 steam at 150 degrees centigrade becomes first steam at 100 degrees centigrade. This steam at 100 becomes water at 100. This water at 100 becomes finally water at 90 degrees centigrade. So let us calculate total heat lost by steam. Here change of temperature MC delta T, change of state ML plus MC delta T. We don't know the mass of steam, but what is the specific heat of steam given? Specific heat of steam is given 1 kilocalorie per kg. I'm taking mass in kilograms. I don't convert, but I convert kilocalories. So kilocalorie 1000 calorie. So 1000. I'll just keep here. Into change of temperature is 50 and 150 minutes. Again M into, and we all know the latent of steam. So latent of steam is actually, again we are taking latent of steam is given 540 kilocalories per kg again. So therefore again M into 540 into 1000 kilocalorie per kg plus this is M into L, again mass M. Now it becomes water. The specific heat of water is 4000, actually 1 calorie per gram or 1000 joule per kg, calorie per kg. So I can write, see, very important, 1 calorie per gram degree centigrade or 1000 calorie per kg. So because the mass is taken in kilograms, so I need to convert. So I write 1000 into change of temperature is 10. This is a very crucial step here. So remember, I'm taking energy in calories per kg because I'm taking mass in kilograms. So everywhere I can take 1000 common. So I have 50 m plus 540 m plus 10 m here. So nothing but 1000 into 600 m calories of energy per hour. This is actually per hour. So because here is asking how many kilograms steam are required per hour, and here we need to convert both in hours only. So this much of energy is supplied in 1 hour. So we can write per hour. Now let us calculate heat gained. So nothing but only MC delta T. How many kilograms of water is taken? 10 kg of water from 20 to 80. So simply I said mass is 10 kg. So let's take this is equal to mass of water is 10. Again specific heat of water 1000 calorie per kg and change of temperature is 20 to 80 it is given. Initially the temperature of water is given as 20, now you have to make it 80. So the change is 60. So this is 60. So these many calories of energy is required per hour. Now we equate now. Therefore, we know Q lost is equal to Q gained. So what is Q lost? 1000 into 600 m is equal to 10 into 1000 into 60. So clearly 1000 cancel, 610 cancel. So M is equal to 1 kg. So we need to send 1 kg of steam in 1 hour. So the answer is B. So the crucial step in this problem is you need to understand that the units are very, very important. So here the units are given in calorie per kg. So we need to convert that. So everywhere calorie per kg is given. So you need to convert specific heat of water also into calorie per kg. We know specific heat of water is 1 calorie per gram or 1000 calorie per kg. That is the crucial step in this problem. Now let's move on to problem number 18. A platinum piece of mass 100 grams and of specific heat 0.12 calorie per gram per degree centigrade heated to 1000 dropped a large block of ice. What is the amount of ice melts? Very simple. So heat lost by solid is equal to heat gained by ice. So what is the mass of platinum? 100. What is the specific heat of platinum? 0.12. And what is the change? Ice melts means final 0. So 1000 only is equal to, we don't know the mass of ice, into latent heat. So M is equal to 12,000 upon 80. So 1200 by 80 is 150 grams. So the answer for this question is 150 grams. A very simple problem. Heat lost by solid. This is for platinum. And this is for ice. Now let's move on to the next problem, number 19. Here, an aluminum container of mass 100 grams. So there is an aluminum container and the mass of this is given as 100 grams. Contain 200 grams of ice. It contains how much ice? 200 grams at minus 20 degrees centigrade. Heat is added to the system at the rate of 100 calorie per second. So here energy is supplied, sorry, from the bottom let's take. So energy supplied to this at the rate of 100 calorie per second. Find the temperature of the system after 4 minutes. So in 4 minutes, what is the total heat supplied? 4 into 60 into 100. Nothing that 24,000 calories of it is given. Now is asking what is the rise in temperature. So here, very important, this Q is equal to ice. Actually, if you look at initially ice is at 20 degrees centigrade. So ice at minus 20 becomes water at, ice at 0, and this ice at 0 become water at 0, and is asking what is the final temperature. Find the temperature system after. So we don't know final temperature. Let us take it as T degree centigrade. So this water at 4, become water at T. And similarly, therefore the total energy is equal to mc delta T of ice plus change of state ml of ice plus water mc delta T of water plus mc delta T of calorimeter. That is aluminum. Is it made up of aluminum? Yes, it is made up of aluminum. Now we need to substitute those values. So we know that 200 grams of ice is added to it. So 200, and we all know specific heat of ice is 0.5, and the change of temperature is 20, 0 minus 20, plus 200 into latent of ice is 80. Again, plus again 200, specific heat of water is 1, and change of temperature T minus 0, so it is simply T, plus mass of aluminum is given 100 grams. So this is 100 into, and the specific heat of aluminum is given in the problem. Specific heat of aluminum is given as 0.2 calorie per gram. So we can take directly 0.2 into 0.2 into, very important, initial temperature of aluminum is also minus 20 because of ice. So here it become T plus 20. This is a crucial step. Initially, the temperature of aluminum is also minus 20 degrees centigrade. Because ice is at minus 20, the temperature of this also will be at this same. Now finally become this. Now what is the total energy supplied here? 2400 calories. So equate it to 24,000 calories. So everywhere I can cancel 2 zeros, because in every equation we have 2 zeros will be cancelled. Now I can write this as 240 is equal to, and there is a 2 here, so there will be 20, plus there is 80, sorry 160, there is 160, because 280s are, and plus 2t, plus, and this is 0.2t and 4, 0.120 is 4. Now this is 240 minus 184 is equal to 2.2t. So let us calculate the value of that. So this will be, that implies P is equal to 240 minus 184 is 56 whole upon 2.2. So this will be around 25.5 44545 something will get. So let's see the options. What are the options given? From that we can say. So 25.5. So we can make it as this is nearly 25.5 degrees centigrade. So here important problem, many students will make a mistake here. Initial temperature of this aluminum vessel is also -20. That is a very crucial step. So ice at -20 becomes ice at 0. Ice at 0 become water at 0. Water at 0 become water at T degrees centigrade. Similarly, the temperature of calorimeter also changes from -20 to T degrees centigrade. So that's what I equated. Now let's move on to problem number 20. It's a very simple problem. A liquid of mass m and specific S is heated to a temperature T. Another liquid of mass m/2 and specific 2s is heated to a temperature 2T. If these two liquids are mixed, find the resultant temperature. So we all know that the resultant temperature of mixture is T is equal to M1 C1 T1 plus M2 C2 T2 whole upon M1 C1 plus M2 C2. Here what is the mass of the first one? M, specific it is S, temperature is T, plus for the second one mass is M/2, 2s, and the temperature is also 2T whole upon ms plus m/2 into 2s. So clearly these two cancel. Here also 2 cancel, and everywhere I can cancel ms, everywhere it will be cancelled. So ultimately I'll do 2T plus 3 is 3T and by 2. So the answer is 3T, but it's a direct formula based simple problem. Now let's move on to problem number 21. A mixture of 250 grams of water and 2000 grams of ice at 0 is kept in a calorimeter. So let us draw a diagram. In this 250 grams of water, so there is 250 grams of water and 200 grams of ice, and this is 200 grams of ice kept in a calorimeter which has a water equivalent. Calorimeter has water equivalent, that is MC is given, and that is 50 grams. If 200 grams of steam at 100, now steam is added. How much steam? 200 grams of steam at 100 degrees centigrade passed through the mixture. Calculate the final temperature and the mass of the steam uncondensed. Whenever they say that uncondensed steam is left means this will contain water and steam. We all know that water and steam exist only at 100 degrees centigrade. So the answer will be 100. The resultant temperature will be 100 degrees centigrade. So that you should understand. So A and C cannot be the answer. Either of these two will be the answer. So here it is very important. Whenever they say that uncondensed steam means all the steam is not condensed, only a part of it is condensed. So we have to be careful. Whenever there is a steam and water, the resultant temperature is 100 degrees centigrade. Now let us calculate heat lost by steam is equal to heat gain by water and heat gain by ice and heat gain by calorimeter. All that we need to write down. So ml of steam is equal to mc delta T of water plus ice actually is at 0 degrees centigrade. Ice is at 0. So ml plus mc delta T. So change of state plus change of temperature plus ice. This is for ice. And mc delta T of calorimeter. Because for it change of temperature happens. Remember here mass of steam we don't know, that's what I had calculate. and latent of steam is 540. And how many grams of water is there? 250. Specific it is 1. Initially, what is the temperature? So initially, ice and water are there, means they are initially at 0 degrees centigrade. See, a mixture of 250 grams of water and 200 grams of ice at 0. So initial temperature of water is 0. Final temperature 100. So it will be 100 plus ice at 0 become water at 0. So how many grams of ice? 200 into 80 plus MC delta. Again, this water came from ice is 200. Specified one. Again, change of temperature is 100 plus the MC value of calorimeter is given. What is the value of MC? 50. So 50. And again, the rise in temperature calorimeter is also 100. So you need to simplify this one. So here M into 540 is equal to, so let's take 100 common everywhere so that calculation become easy. So you left with 250. If I take 100, 160. And then if I take 100, 200 plus 50. So this is 250, 250 is 500, 660. So M is equal to 100 into 660 upon 540. 1 0, 1 0 cancel. 6 9s are 54, 6 11s. So 1100 by 9. So let's calculate 1100 upon 9 will be 122.22. 122.22 degrees centigrade. Sorry, grams. 122.22 grams. Let us see whether it is there in the options or not. See. So here, this is 122.2 grams. So right answer is 100 degrees is the temperature and 122.2 grams of steam will be condensing. So a very simple problem again. The heat lost by steam is equal to heat gained by water plus heat gained by ice plus heat gained by calorimeter. So for ice, initial at 0 degrees centigrade. So ice at 0 degrees centigrade becomes water at 0. This become water at 100. That's why you get 2 steps here. So whenever there is a steam, uncondensed steam is there, means the temperature is always 100 degrees centigrade. In some problem, they say that there is water and there is some ice, then the temperature is 0 degrees centigrade. Now let's see problem number 22. So here 50 grams of ice at 0 degrees centigrade mixed with 40 grams of water at, actually it was 60 degrees centigrade. It was not printed properly. You make it as 60. Because if it is all 0, nothing will melt, okay? So 50 grams of ice at 0 mixed with 40 grams of water at 60. And the ratio of ice and water at equilibrium is. So whenever there is a ice and water, what is the resultant temperature? So temperature of mixture should be 0 degrees centigrade. So ml of ice should be equal to MC delta T of water. Ice will absorb energy, water will release energy. Let us equate. So how many grams of ice we have taken? But remember, all ice is not melted. Okay, that's what the ratio ice is there. So let's take M only. Latent heat is 80. And what is the mass of water? 40 grams. Specific it to 1. Change of temperature, because finally the temperature becomes 0. So 60 minus 0 is 60 only. So M is equal to 2400 by 80. So this will go by 30 grams. So 30 grams. So that means how many grams of ice melted? 30 out of 50. So what is the mass of ice left? So mass of ice left is equal to 20 grams. And what is the mass of water present now? Initially 40 grams is there, 30 grams ice melted to water, so totally 70 grams. Therefore, mass of ice is to mass of water is 20 is to 70, nothing but 2 is to 7. So the answer for this problem is option number A. So here, so remember, heat loss, all the ice is not melting. So you need to keep it in one point. Whenever there is ice and water, resultant temperature is 0. There are two important problems here. Here the resultant temperature is 100 because there is uncondensed steam. Here the resultant temperature is 0 because there is ice. Now let's move on to problem number 23. The fraction of ice that melts mixing equal mass of ice at -10 and water at 60 is. Now very important. So let us take m grams of ice at -10 degrees centigrade becomes m grams of ice at 0. So first change of state will take temperature changes. But remember, after that all ice will not melt. Let us take x grams of ice only will melt. So x grams of ice become, m grams of, out of that x grams will melt. So into 0. So this is Q absorbed is equal to mc delta T plus ml. So this is m into what is specific heat of ice? We all know 0.5. No, ice. Oh, sorry. Initially, only few grams of ice is melted, right? I took reverse. Ice is melting. So here let us take x is the, what is the ratio of the fraction of ice that melts is asking. The fraction of ice that melts. So let us take x grams of ice is taken. So this is m melted. Okay. So therefore x into 0.5 into 10 plus m into 80. And what is heat lost by water? Again m into mass of water m. Temperature change is 60 minus 0. Specific heat of water is 1 anyway. Into 60 minus 0, 60 only. Now let's equate them. So this is nothing but out of that, sorry, here initially, sorry, here m only. Here x grams is melted. Out of m grams of ice taken, for all the m grams temperature change, but x gram will melt. So here you get x, and you get this here you get m here, sorry, and here you get x into 80. Now equate them. So this is 5m plus 80x is equal to 60m. So 80x is equal to 55m. He's asking what is x by m. X by m is 55 by 80. So 511, 516. So the answer is 11 by 16. I'll tell you again. Here what is said that initially equal mass of ice and water are taken. Out of that m grams of ice taken, only x grams will melt, not all. But for all the m grams, the temperature will change to 0. But after that, all ice will not melt, a part of it. That's why we took mc delta T of ice plus ml, change of state. That is equal to mc delta T of water. So since it contains ice and water, Again, the resultant temperature is 0. So simply equate it, you'll get the answer. Let's see problem number 24, a very standard model. This also depends upon very simple and easy formula, that is temperature of mixture of liquids. So M1C1T1 plus M2C2T2 plus so on upon M1C1 plus M2C2 plus so on. We apply this formula for these N liquids. So T mixture is equal to MCT for the first liquid, for second liquid 2M into 2C into 2T plus 3M into 3C into 3T plus so on. For the nth liquid, if you look at here, Nm into Nc into Nt whole upon Mc plus 2M into 2C plus 3M into 3C plus so on Nm into Nc. So on the top, if I take MCT common, it become 1 cube, 2 cube plus so on N cube whole upon MC into 1 square plus 2 square plus so on N square. So clearly MC get cancelled. This is nothing but T into sum of the cubes N into N plus 1 by 2 whole square. Sum of the squares N into N plus 1 into 2N plus 1 by 6. So let us further simplify this. This is nothing but T into N square into N plus 1 whole square by 4. 6 will go up. N into N plus 1 into 2N plus 1. So clearly 1 N cancel, N plus 1 cancel. So 2 times, 3 times. So ultimately T mixture is equal to 3N into N plus 1 upon 2 into 2N plus 1. So let us see the option number C. 3N into N plus 1 by 2 into 2N plus 1. So option number C is the right answer. So again, remember this is a direct formula. So we have to apply the method of mixes formula and we can directly get the answer. Let's move on to problem number 25. What is problem number 25 says? Copper calorimeter weighing 0.1 kg. So always I said picture the problem. Draw the diagram, you never go wrong. A copper calorimeter weighing 0.1 kg. So here the weight is 0.1 kg. Contains 0.2 kg of water. So there is 0.2 kg of water at 20. The mass of ice that should be added. So now we need to add ice. Let us take m grams of ice in the calorimeter so that the temperature falls to 10. Ice means 0. So the temperature has to decrease from 0 to 10 degrees centigrade. Then, first one, here what is asking the mass of ice. You need to calculate. Okay, so we have to find out the mass of ice. So here we can understand that heat lost by ice, gain by ice is equal to heat lost by water and calorimeter. So let us take ml plus mc delta T of ice, because change of state plus change of temperature is equal to mc delta T of water plus mc delta T of calorimeter. So again, the units are very important. Here, if you look at, this is given in joule per kg. So the answer is given in joule per kg. We need to convert into joule per kg only we have to take. So we don't know mass of ice. We know latent heat of ice is 80 calorie per gram. Convert into joule per kg, multiply with 4200 plus mass m. Specific heat of water is 4200 joule per kg per degree centigrade into change of temperature 0 to 10. So multiply with 10. Because initially the temperature is 0, now raised to 10, which is equal to, again, mass of water 0.2. Specific heat of water, see, don't get confused. This water is from the ice, melted ice. This water is from the calorimeter. Into again change of temperature for it is also 10 plus what is mass of calorimeter is given 0.1 and specific heat of calorimeter is given as 420 joule per kg. So directly multiply with the specific heat of calorimeter as, so here multiply 420. So 420 into again the rise in temperature of that, fall in temperature is 10 only. So here everywhere I can cancel 4200, 4200, 4200. This will cancel. So I left with 80 m plus 10 m is equal to 2 plus, and what is this one? There is only 0.1. So 0.1. So m is equal to 2.1 upon 90. So let's divide 2.1 upon 90. It is actually 0.023 kg. Let's check the options. So option number B, let's say 0.023 is option number B. So in all these problems, heat lost by one substance is equal to heat gain by other substance. That's what I equal to. So answer 0.233. So here very important point is ice is at initially at 0 degree centigrade. So again 0 degree centigrade ice becomes 0 degree centigrade water. This 0 degree water become 10 degree centigrade water. So that's a ml plus mc delta T. And the temperature of water changes by 10, it is given. For both water and calorimeter, the temperature change is given. Directly we can use 10. Now let's move on to problem number 26. What is this problem given? A 20 gram of ice of originally at minus 20 degrees centigrade is there. How much steam at 100 should be passed to the ice so that change to water and the resultant temperature becomes 45. So first let us draw the diagram for ice. So ice at minus 20 becomes ice at 0 degree centigrade. This ice become water at 0. This water at 0 become water at 45 because the resultant temperature is given as 45. So we need to find out this. So this is the heat absorbed from ice. So heat absorbed by ice is equal to, we know, mc delta T plus ml plus mc delta T. So what is the mass of ice here? So 20 grams and 0.5. Change of temperature is 20 plus again 20. Latent of ice 80 plus again 20. That became water. Specific heat is 1 into change of temperature is 45. Now let us calculate this one. So I think this is 200 plus 1600 plus 900. So this is total is 2700 calories. This much energy ice will absorb. Now the question is how much steam you need to pass so that the temperature become 45. So let us calculate heat lost by steam. So again steam at 100 becomes water at 100. This water at 100 become water at 45. So Q lost by steam is equal to ml plus mc delta T. This m we don't know. M into 540 plus m into 1 into 100 minus 45 is 55. So this will be 595 m. 595 m. Now let's equate both of them. So ultimately I can write 595 m should be equal to 2700. So m is equal to 2700 by 595, which is nothing but 4.53 grams. So let's check the answer. So yes, option number C is the answer. The answer is 4.53 grams. So here heat gained by ice is equal to heat lost by steam. So when you draw this phase change diagram, you never go wrong. Calorimetry, this is the main important point. Let's move on to problem number 27. What is this problem number 27 says? It seems there is 2 kg of water at 60, mixed with 1 kg of water 30, kept in the vessel of heat capacity 200. The specific heat capacity of water is given, then find temperature. Very simple. So here, this water will lose heat and this water will gain and calorimeter also will gain. So simply I'll write mc delta T of hot water is equal to mc delta T of cold water plus mc delta T of calorimeter. Very simple. So heat lost by hot water. So let's take mass of water given as 2 kg. Specific heat is 4000 we have. When you take mass in kg, take joule per kg into change of temperature. So that's what final temperature. Let us take mixture is T. Now the temperature becomes 60 minus T because initially 60, final temperature, let's say T is equal to how much mass is cold water? 1 kg into 4100. And initially the temperature is 30, final is T, so it become T minus 30 plus MC of calorimeter is given. Whether heat capacity is given as 200. So MC value is given as 200 kept in a vessel of heat capacity. That's no specify what is given. The heat capacity is given as okay. The specific heat in a vessel heat capacity is given at 200 joule per kg Kelvin. The heat capacity is okay. MC is given. For it also the change in temperature is same. T minus 30 only. So here we need to simplify that. So this becomes, so can I cancel anything here? All zeros will be cancelled. Okay, this is 84 into 60 minus T is equal to, I can take T minus 30 common. So nothing but 44. 42 plus 2 is 44. So 84 into 60 minus 84T is equal to 44T minus 44 into 30. So this, if I bring this side, so this becomes 144 means 128. So 128T is equal to 84 into 60 plus 44 into 30. So therefore T is equal to, and this I can take 30 if I take common. So 2 times 2, 168 plus 44 by 128. So let us simplify that. So actually we get this as 49. Nearly we get as 49.68 degrees centigrade. But read the question. We need to find out then the final temperature is nearly. So nearly 50 degrees centigrade. The answer is 50 degrees centigrade. So here again the same logic. Heat lost by hot water is equal to heat gained by cold water at 30 plus and heat gained by the calorimeter. Captain Vijala, heat capacity means MC value is given. So what is the mass of hot water? 2. Since the mass is in joule, kg, take specific in joule per kg. Specific of water is 4200 joule per kg. And again, a change of temperature, let us take resultant as T, so 60 minus T. And for this water, the mass is 1, specific it is 4200. The resultant temperature will be more than 30, so T minus 30 plus MC of the calorimeter, the heat capacity vessel is 200. And again, for that also change of temperature is T minus 30. So then, when you simplify that, you'll get the answer as nearly 49.68, which is nearly equal to 50 degrees centigrade. Now, let's move on to problem number 28. The minimum amount of ice at 0 degrees centigrade, the minimum amount of ice at 0 degrees centigrade required to add to 100 grams of water at 80, so as to lower the temperature to 0. So simple, heat lost by water is equal to heat gained by ice. Simply equate ml of ice is equal to mc delta T of water. M we have to find out, latent 8, and how many grams of water? 100. Specific to 1, change of temperature 80 to 0. So 8. Change is 8. So M is nothing but 100 grams. The answer is C. It's a very simple problem. So heat lost by water is equal to heat gained by ice. Now let's move on to problem number 29. So it's a very, very important model. Here you have to take variable specific heat. So Q is equal to M into integral T1 to T2 C delta T or dt we can take. So whenever the specific heat is a variable, use this equation. So let's write that. And what is the amount of heat required? Kilocalories asking. That is very important. So first we'll calculate in calories. So what is the mass given? 1 kg. So I'll write 1000 gram because specific in calorie per gram. So integral temperatures are 10 to 20. So 10 to 20. And the equation is 3t square plus t into 10 power minus 3 into dt. So let's simplify. The next is only simplification. So clearly 10 power 3, 10 minus 3 cancel. So if I take integral, that is 3t cube by 3 plus t square by 2 from the limits 10 to 20. Again 3 cancel. Apply the upper limit. When you put the upper limit, it becomes 8000 plus 200 because 400 by 2 is 200 minus upper lower limit is 1000 plus 500 1000 I mean no 100 by 250 nothing but 50. So let's write down this as 8200 minus 1050, and if we simplify that you'll get 715 calories, but we want write in kilocalories, so 7.150 kilocalories. So let's check the answers. Yes, option number C. So here this very important formula is this one. So whenever specified as a variable, we need to use that. Let's move on to problem number 30. So what is it given here? Water of volume 2 liters is enclosed in a container heated with a coil of 1 kilowatt hour. Okay, right. While water is heated, the container loses energy at the rate of 160 joules per second. How much time will take temperature water rises from? So here we need to find out net energy supplied is equal to change of temperature. So Q is equal to mc delta T. But here what is Q? Supplied power is kilowatt and 1000. So here 1000 joules per second. Out of that, how much joules is lost? 160 joules into time. So net utilized energy is only 840 joules per second. It is only 840 joules is utilized. So let us take T is the time. Now equate that 840 into T is equal to M, mass of water. See, volume is given. You know, mass is equal to volume into density. So 2 liters into density of water. Liters is 10 power minus 3 into 1000 kg per meter cube. So we get 2 kg only. So if you take water, whether you say 2 liters or 2 kg, doesn't make any difference. So 2 into, since it is joules, take that in joules. So 4200. Change of temperature 2757, nothing but 50. That is very important. So here we need to take find out time. T is equal to 8400 into 50 by 840. This will go by 10 times. So you'll get it as 500 seconds. So 8 minutes 20 seconds. The answer is B. 8 minutes 20 seconds is the answer. And let's see the last problem. That is again a problem based on graph. Two solids of equal masses are heated at uniform rate under identical conditions. Temperatures in their two cases shown in the graphically. What is their melting point? See here, the temperature change from 0. So here there is a change of temperature. So for first one, the melting point of one is 60 degrees centigrade. The melting point of second liquid is 40 degrees centigrade. This is the temperature where the change of state is taking place. Now find the ratio of their specific heats and latent heats. So specific heat means here the slopes. We all know that this is energy and time are directly proportional. So here the time is given. So we know that if you take a graph, the temperature versus time and energy supply are directly proportional. So we write C is equal to 1 by m into dq by dt. So this I'll write it as 1 by m into d capital T by d small t is time here. So let us take the first one. C1 is equal to for the first one is this. This is the first one. Slope of the, how can I calculate for the first liquid? What is dt? 1 by m is anyway common. The time is 2 seconds by, and what is the temperature difference? 60. For the second one, if you look at this is the second one, 1 by m into time is 4 seconds by, and temperature is 40. Now you need to take the ratio of those two. So C1 upon C2 is equal to 1 by m cancel. So this is 2 by 60 into 40 by 4. So 0, 0 cancel, 4, 4 cancel. So I think it is 1:3. So first answer is C1 is to C2 is 1:3. This is the ratio of specific heats. Now he's asking what a ratio of latent heats. So latent is this. This is the latent heat. So nothing but Q is equal to ml, L is equal to Q by M. M is constant. So L proportional to Q. I said energy proportional to time again, time capital T. So therefore let us take the time. So L1 upon L2 is equal to, L1 means from here to here the time. 6 minus 2 is 4 by, for the second liquid from where to where? The second liquid is for 4 to 7, so 3. So L1 is to L2 is equal to 4 is to 3. So let us see the option. Option number C, 1 is to 3 and 4 is to 3. So here this problem, you may have confusion here. As I said, amount of energy supplied directly proportional to time. More is the time, more energy will be supplied. So in the place of Q, I can take time. So these are the a little bit lengthy problems and a little bit of challenging problem from calorimetry. But as I said, in calorimetry, we don't use much formulas. Only 3 formulas we use. One is method of mixtures, heat loss is equal to heat gain. Then specific heat, that is Q is equal to MC delta T, and latent heat Q is equal to ML. So to understand these problems, you need to solve again and again, and definitely that will improve your confidence. And these 31 problems which I explained in the 2 videos, these are more than sufficient for all the exam that you prepare for. I wish you happy physics learning. Thanks for watching.